seen Jade Cargill in quite some time now. She has been shown on TV since I want to say Fast Lane, when she was here with Triple H. She's been on NXT. She's been backstage. She's been shown training. I heard she's been doing great training. I know she has some personal issues going on. I know her mother just passed away of cancer May back in November. So I know Triple H said press conference, we're not rushing Jade. I didn't know what he meant at the time. I thought it was just training, but she had personal issues going on. I know that's a very, very tough time for Jade, but I know she is ready set to make a debut soon. I think she's going to make a debut at some point, and I think it'll be no better to make a. I think it'll be no better to make a debut than Royal Rumble. That's at least that's how I see it. Um, like I said, I think what she's been training, I think she will be amazing. I don't think she's going to be the same Jade Cargill that was in previous AEW, who was the TBS champion, which was she was so stiff and very inexperienced, and it was so obvious. I think she's going to be much better this time as a competitor. She can even be up there with Bianca, the likes of her, likes of Bailey, Charlotte Flair, Io, Rhea Ripley. The list goes on. I think she'd be one of the top elite women because she has the look. She has definitely what it takes. She started out as a fitness trainer. I heard she previously had a trial with WWE before AEW. They didn't want her. But I will say like I said, I think she'll finally make her debut. And I think Royal Rumble would be a great place for it. I don't see why not. I think that'll be a great way for her to showcase her talent. And she could definitely do her thing on the main roster. I definitely could see that happening with her. I don't see why not. But definitely Jade Cargill could definitely be on there. And it'll be a game changer because the women's division in WWE is already stacked. It's already solid. And I think Jay will be a great addition to make the women's roster, the women's division, even much stronger. Because AEW does not have a good, solid women's roster. It's weak compared to WWE. NXT is probably the best women's division, but she's not going to be in NXT. Surprised she will be on Raw, SmackDown for the most part. If she was in NXT, she probably would have been there already. And her name's too big to be on NXT. She's a Raw, SmackDown, or SmackDown star. Or they could do a free agent if they want to. But I know Jay will do her thing. Like I said, I think when she debuts at Royal Rumble, it's going to be wild. It's going to be crazy, especially if she wins the whole thing. I could very well see her winning the whole thing there. So I wouldn't see why not. Jay could be good, very good pop from the audience, from the WWE universe when they see her make her debut alone, and then definitely when she wins the whole event, especially her debut match. So I can see that happening. Most definitely. I don't see why not. I don't see why she wouldn't win. She has a very good chance of winning. And it could, like I said, make a big difference for for the women's division. I'm just interested to see how she's going to wrestle once she gets on the main roster. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen next following, her debuting, and especially if she wins. That would be crazy because I never heard anybody win a Royal Rumble in a debut match ever. Remember, AJ Styles debuted at the 2016 Royal Rumble, but he did not win. Now she shows up and win. I know it sounds kind of far-fetched, but she has what it takes. I can see it happening. And it will be a shocker. People, I know Bailey is the, one of the favorites to win. I know Nia Jax one of the favorites to win, or even, maybe even Becky could be one. But I know the discussion on Red Covering yesterday, did a collaboration, check that out. Did a discussion talking about for prediction that she could be it. I did it on here, did it on the prediction side. Who could win? Who could win the Women's Royal Rumble? And Jade Cargill name came up. her name came up, so it definitely be something that will happen, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. Definitely interesting to see. So I would like to see what happens with that myself. So it'll be interesting to see. Like I said, Jade Cargill, she's definitely a great talent. I know WWE's gonna do their damnness to make sure that she has the best trainer possible and make sure that she has a very comfortable way of transitioning from when she was in AEW to now WWE. They're not going to make it harder on her or rougher than it already has, because they know she's been through some stuff in there. But I definitely see it happening, though. Definitely see her doing her thing over there. I just can't wait to see what happens. Like I said, we already got Bianca, we got Bailey, we got Becky, we have Io Sky, we have Kyrie Zane, Oscar, you know, there's some more women that are still training NXT that's ready for call up. And then, I know Charlotte Flair's out, but Jade could step right in and make her debut and do what she got to do. So that'll be definitely something that will happen. Like I said, it'll be interesting to see what happens next with Jade Cargill. Very, very interesting to see when she make her move, what will she do next, and everything of sort. Definitely like to see what happens. And I think like I said, I think she's gonna flourish. She will definitely flourish and shine. I don't see why not. She will definitely flourish. I don't see why she won't flourish as an individual, but it'll definitely be good. Definitely be good for her to do her thing. Just get. I know it's gonna take a little bit of time, but she'll get it though. She will get it. And like I said, I'm just interested to see what kind of training will happen with that. But she's definitely gonna. I could definitely see her make her debut. And as we know, she was previously in AEW from 2021 to 2023. She was the longest reigning TBS champion, and she held that on to Double or Nothing in 2023 back in May of last year, when she lost to Chris Statlander, the return of Chris Statlander, and she never came back. I can't blame her. AEW doesn't know what they're doing as far as training compared to WWE's level, but definitely something. Definitely, she's gonna be different. I know I didn't care for AEW, honestly. She was stiff. She had no good opponents. She was facing literally jobbers every week, and her match was so predictable. She even would put her fingers up to pin 1, 2, 3. It was just so old and tired, and already she lost the belt because she ended up being out the company. But I definitely see her not being. I knew she was going to miss, and I said this when she was out with AEW that she was going to end up leaving. I said that before. She's going to leave that company. She's going to leave, and that's exactly what happened. She left. She left. That was it. That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. She ended up leaving. But like I said, we'll see what happens next when Jade Cargill shows up. I just, hopefully I think she can box a little bit in AEW. I don't see her boxing in WWE. I see her she got the best trainer in the world, the Performance Center by NXT. But I do see her possibly making her debut at the Royal Rumble. I think she will finally make her debut at the Royal Rumble tomorrow. It's a very good chance. Like I said, she hasn't been on TV in the past 3 months. I know she had personal issues, but she still has not shown her face. I know that has something to do why she has shown her face, but I still see her making, because the Royal Rumble is all about not just on her main roster who's going to show up, but also Hall of Famers, previous talent, who's going to show up the Royal Rumble, and anybody can show up. Remember, we got Mercedes Moné that may show up. We got other stars that may show up. It could be a whole bunch of things, you know. Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, her, Mickey James. It could be a whole bunch of people, you know, who will show up at the Royal Rumble for the women's, because I'm very anticipated on men and women who's going to win each Royal Rumble for tomorrow night, for that matter. So I'm very interested, very intrigued who's going to win. If Jay wins, like I said, it's going to be a wild one. It's going to be wild if she wins. It will be wild if she wins in her debut and tomorrow night. But I know when she signed with WWE, there were high hopes for her. ESPN put this out. They put out everything with Jade debuting, and they was mentioning how it was a big acquisition for WWE to acquire her. They made this a huge deal. So I know that, you know, there's gonna be hype along with you have someone, you know, when they talk about someone being acquired like that, they're gonna have very high expectations for someone like her. So Jade, I know she's gonna kill the best way possible, but she cannot drop that ball either. When she get the ball, she better run with it. She better go far. And I'm pretty sure with the training and the tools, she will do her best, and I think she can get there. Or at least I hope she'll get there. So I can see that happening. I can definitely see that happening. Definitely see that happening with her tonight at the World Rumble. I mean, tomorrow night, the World Rumble, and moving forward. So that I can see happening. I don't see why it wouldn't happen, but definitely something that will happen. I don't see why not, but like I said, I have a feeling that she's going to show up at the Royal Rumble. I don't know what number. I don't know who she'll eliminate last. She could come in the beginning of the Rumble, middle, or maybe number 30. It's pretty much open season when she can show up, when she'll show up and when she won't show up. So Jade Cargill, she got what it takes. She has all the tools. She was in a bad organization and a bad non-training system. She was basically just thrown out there in AEW. Now she will be in a great environment where she is now, and she'll be trained properly. And don't be surprised if we see more people from AEW making a jump. We already got Cody Rhodes that came back in 2022, CM Punk previously, and now Jade Cargill. That's 3 people from AEW in the past 2 years that have shown up on WWE. We can definitely get more people to come. Maybe John Moxley. Oh yeah, Andrade. They say he's supposed to come. Maybe he'll come tomorrow night too. We get besides him, we get John Moxley come back. We can get other WWE former WWE talents and AEW come back once their contract's up. William Regal came back. I just showed him on TV Tuesday at NXT. So a lot of people want to come, but I know there's only so many slots for everyone in WWE, not just WWE, but AEW, you know, TNA, everything. There's only so many slots, but besides Jay showing up tomorrow, I can see Mercedes Moné showing up. I can see Mickey James showing up. I can see Trinity, formerly known as Naomi, who was just the TNA Women's Knockout Champion. I can see those four, at least 3 of those 4 showing up. There'll be a lot of surprise entries of this Royal Rumble, not just for women's, but men's too. A lot of people can show up that we don't expect to show up. But speaking of which, I do have information, and something a little, I don't know how realistic